tell me now how excited you're going to cooking class.
So excited I don't even have my seatbelt on.
This is what happens in Nova Scotia when it rains. Be good to yourself and don't expect weight loss to happen overnight. So you've been back almost a year now, right? Yeah, what's your point? Almost a year. March. And what happened? What do you mean, what happened? I don't know. Me being me. Different food. Temptation. So basically one excuse after another. Yeah, so one excuse after another. That's the way it's been. Yep, pretty much. I don't know what to tell you. That's how it is. See, I just think I'll have time, and then time gets away from me, and then, yeah. What happened to you sticking with your goal? I don't know. Maybe I didn't think that the year would go by as quickly as it did. You know, if you'd stuck with it, you'd be at goal weight already, right? And then you wouldn't have to stress out about it anymore. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. If I'd stuck with it, I would be at goal weight now. And I wouldn't still be fighting this battle that I seem to be winning, but losing at the same time. So yeah, that is the conversation I had with myself yesterday. It'll be a year in March. Yeah, March, that we came back from the Arctic. And I can't believe it's been a year. And you think you have all the time in the world, and then guess what? It's a year later and you're still at the same place you were a year earlier. So I'm back to where I started almost a year ago. Like, to the T, and so much so I would be shocked if I haven't lost 3 pounds from my last weigh-in. Because my measurements are dead on to when I was 213, which is when I got on a plane and came back to Ontario from Nunavut. To a T. I also, thankfully, have kept the paperwork, so official sounding, the paperwork from when I started this journey in 2015 for the umpteenth time. A recap of what happened was, just so you don't have to go back and from my other video, because that's kind of annoying sometimes if you haven't watched all of my videos. So I feel like this is gonna be a long video today. I'm gonna say July, no, sorry, it was before that. In May of 2015, I woke up one morning and realized that I was 250 pounds. Well, 249 pounds, probably 250. It could even have been higher than that. I didn't have a scale in my house, because you know that I obsess about it, as most people do. But I went to work and I weighed myself, and I was 249. And it was a wake-up call for me, because I knew that I had gained weight. And I think I'm ready to share some pictures with you. Not where I'd like to be, but it is where I am, and it's better than where I was. So, I woke up and I realized that I was 250 pounds, and I was very overweight, and I was very unhappy, and nothing fit me, and I was in a size 22, and that was a nightmare for me, and that is the heaviest I have ever been in my entire life, and it's not somewhere I ever thought I would be, ever. When I passed 200, I was like, yeah, I'll get it off. When we got married, which will be 6 years in May, I had gone on Weight Watchers and I had managed to lose 15 pounds, which took me like forever, it seemed at the time. I think it was 5 months. It took me 5 months to lose 15 pounds. And that was a struggle for me. And I was actually checking into Weight Watchers the other day to see what the changes were, and I will stick with 21 Day Fix, because I don't think it's changed dramatically enough, and it's a good program, and it was a good program when I used it, and that was in 2011, 2010, 2011, And I also did a lot of walking. I walked like an hour a day every single night with the dogs. I had a weighted vest on. Like, I was determined to get the weight off for the wedding, and that was a goal for me. And that's my personality. I'm very goal orientated. If I don't have something to work towards, then it's really hard for me. Really hard for me to stick with something. And that's the case now. Like, I have no reason to lose weight other than to lose weight. I don't have anything that I'm aiming towards. I'm not going on some vacation where I need to wear a bikini. Like, that is not something that's in my cards for any time soon. So it is difficult for me to stick with a plan, and it's the same thing for me for saving money. I have trouble saving money because I don't have something that I'm aiming towards for that money. Like, when we got married, we saved a bucket ton of money because it has a goal that we were working towards. So it's the same thing for me. I am very goal orientated. If I have, for riding, my situation with horses, if I have a horse that I'm training and I have a show that I have to go to, I am very dedicated to riding. Other than that, I love riding, but if I don't have a goal that I'm working towards, it doesn't motivate me. So goals motivate me, and now that I don't have one, it is hard for me to be motivated. Now, saying that, a lot of shit's gone down the last 2 weeks, and I did make a video last week, but it was so blah that I couldn't be bothered to even edit it, so it didn't get posted. I think that was week 8. I don't know. Maybe. I think that was week 8. So it means I'm in week 9 now. And a lot of stuff has gone on, and it hasn't been very positive. And I don't see right now things are not, well, I'm going to say they're not getting better, but they really have, because honestly, they couldn't have gotten any worse than they were. So I guess anything's better than the way that it was. I will post that video, so not the whole thing. I'm going to post that, the measurements part of that video in this video. Actually, I'll put them right now. Alright, so my arms have stayed the same. My breasts, but why do I always say breasts? I don't like that word. My boobies. My breasts have gone down. Let's see, even breasts. I just did it again. My boobs have gone down to 43.25 or 43 and a quarter. My under, so my, what was I calling that? I guess that's technically my chest, right? Is 33.75 or 33 and 3/4. My waist has stayed the same at 34. My belly has stayed the same at 42.5. My hip has gone down. Hips, I have 2 of those, 2 hips. 42.75 or 3/4. So 42 and 3/4. And my thighs have also gone down again to 24.5. So as you can see, I'm still making progress, but I think I'm losing track of the fact that intermittent fasting is not a magic pill. And remember, I say that to remind people who are watching about intermittent fasting. And then of course I have lost that, what's the word I'm looking for? Concept. Thought process. Intermittent fasting is remember we've said this before, intermittent fasting is a tool in your toolbox of weight loss. It is not a magic pill, and it will not get you where you want to be if you don't use it in conjunction with other things. So I am very thankful that I am continuing to lose inches, but if I stuck to a diet, I understand it's hard because I don't have the money. It's expensive. We talked about this before. It's expensive to buy fruit and vegetables, and it sucks. And I love chicken, but again, meat protein, lean protein is very expensive, and so are fruits and vegetables. It is cheap to buy pasta. It is cheap to buy crappy food from the dollar store. If that's what your budget is, it's hard. It is very difficult to eat healthy on a budget, and I wish that the world was not like that. I wish it was the opposite way around. I wish that junk food was expensive and healthy food was cheap, but it'll never be that way. So it's a pipe dream that's never going to happen. Alright, I just want to I want to share some numbers with you from when I started this. So I only have paperwork. Like I said, I realized in July of 2015 that I was very, very overweight. How funny is that? So I'm just thinking, I've now set a goal for myself to be under 200 pounds by September, because there might be something happening in life by September. Um, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm very all over the place. So let me tell you about September. So, and I'm going to put September out there because maybe that will give me a goal to work towards. Because regardless of if September changes living situation or not, I think there's going to be a trip to visit people. I think that's actually not a bad goal, because September's a good time to go driving. It's cooler out. It's not overly hot. Tourist season's pretty much over with. Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. So, anyway, if things do not get better here by July, we have the possibility and intention of leaving the Maritimes and going back to Ontario. Now, Ontario's economy is not the best, but it is certainly better than it is here. And I did not spend 6 years of admin to spend the rest of my life working fast food. And no offense to you that work fast food, but I have nothing against people that work fast. I got interrupted. Okay. I'm gonna stop saying like I normally do. So I think I want to share these numbers with you. So I started tracking this whole number process in September 2015. September the 7th was the first time that I tried to do 21-day fix program, and that included working out and the diet. It's not a bad word. The eating program, because it's not really a diet. It kind of teaches you how to eat properly, and I really enjoy the program, but for the life of me right now, I can't stick with it to save my life. To save my life, I cannot stick with it. I'm very lazy when it comes to eating plan and being at home, because yeah, see, that was last week's video that I didn't upload. Yeah, being at home. So the last time I made a video, I had a job, and then guess what happened? The day before, when I filmed that video on a Monday, and I went to work on Tuesday, and they told me they no longer needed me. What? See? This is what I have to deal with. This is what I have to deal with. My husband is a redneck. Can't handle it. He's like a 6-year-old child. So yeah, see, sidetracked. Very off everywhere video. Yeah, I see you. So yeah, I got let go from my job after 3 weeks of being there. I was told that I was no longer needed, and that was the end of that. So we went from having one income of full-time to having no people working and no money and no nothing, and yeah. So I got let go, and then I got paid the day after. Now, why the fuck, excuse my language, but why the fuck would you bring me in to let me go? I literally was there for half an hour. So I drove in. It takes 15 minutes for me to get to that job. I drove all the way to work to be there for half an hour for you to tell me that I was no longer needed. You couldn't have just called me on my day off and told me that, thank you, we were done with you. Like, I'm sorry, but that's really ignorant. I thought that was really ignorant. But it seems to be fairly typical of the area that I live in. I don't know what's going on with this day and age, but people seem to have completely lost all of their manners. But that's a video for another day. Okay, sidetracked. So yeah, I had no job, and I got another job that was supposed to be full-time hours, but so far in the last 2 weeks, last week, I worked 4.5 hours. Do you know how fun it is to try and pay your bills on 4.5 hours of minimum wage? How does that work? Not very well. And this week, it would seem that I'm probably going to give out 24 hours. Yippee for me. And same with the man in the other room, the crazy redneck husband that I have. Can't find full-time work to save his life. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay, I'm done ranting now. Back to my measurements. When I started my bus that word again. My boobs were 46, and they are now, well, yesterday were the 43.25. Slam the doors. And then my chest was 39.5. It is now 34. When I started, my arms were 16. Ooh, what happened there? Must have been using weights because I had a 14 the last year. Now it's a 15. Should probably work on that. You know how I feel about my arm flabbiness. Waist. 39.5. Current waist measurement 34. My belly was 49.5. It is now 42.5. My hips were 49.5, and they're now 42.75. And holy crap. See, it's good to write stuff down. So my thighs were 30. I had 30-inch thighs, and then now they're 24.5. So it's really important to write stuff down, because when you think you're not making progress, you realize that you are. Now, in my case, I have gone back and forth and up and down, and it's unfortunate because I didn't stick with the program. And I don't have the original numbers from when I started the intermittent fasting program, which was 8 weeks ago. So, but as you know, for most weeks, there has been shifts. There has been number changes. I'm going to have to say I actually have had no changes since last week, so I'm going to say that I hopefully have lost some weight. I don't know. Like I said, I made a vow to you guys, no weighing myself on the scale till March. February the 30th or March 1st, whatever's closest to the Monday. I think actually February 30th. 28. There's only 28 days in February. Whatever the last Monday in February is when I will weigh myself again, which I'm dreading. I'm already dreading it, and it's 2 weeks from now. I'm dreading it because I'm worried that there won't be any changes. I don't understand that. How do you lose inches and no weight changes? How frustrating is that? Very. That's why it's important to take pictures. Now, the thing that I noticed with my chart, because I wrote stuff down, 20 Day Fix obviously is a 3-week program, so the paperwork I have, which will be backwards, I will try and find this printout for you if you're interested in using it. I find it very handy. It was a good motivation for me. I don't have a printer right now, so it's not something I can print out. What I noticed in the first 3 weeks, I lost 6 pounds. So basically I lost 2 pounds a week. And then the second time I did it, I lost 3 pounds in 3 weeks. The third, see, I want to say it's not consistent because I did it and then I took a break. And then I started again. And then I took a break. And that's how I do things. So when I started it again, so this is September. So I did it for did I do it for 2 rounds? There's no date on my second piece of paper, so I don't know. It must be because I ended the 3 weeks at 228. So yeah, when I started this, I forgot that number. When I started this in September of 2007, I had already lost weight because, as I said, in July, in May. In May, I had weighed myself and I was 249. By the time that I started this program in September, I was 234. So I had managed to do things. I started doing a little more yoga. I was paying attention to what I was eating, and I managed to lose some weight on my own without tracking it. So between 249 and 234, I had no scale. So we ended up moving from one community to another in July of that year. So between May and September, I had lost, you're not going to make me do math. I'll make it do it yourself, and I'll pull a screen. So 249 to 234. So then I lost 6 pounds in 3 weeks. And then when I did it again, I don't think it was the week after, but it might have been. I started the week at 227, and I ended 3 weeks later at 224. And then when I took a break, because the next date on this is January the 18th, I started at 218, and I made it down to 216. Yep, because it went 218, and then for 2 weeks, I lost 3 pounds. So I went to 215, and then I went back up to 216. So that period, I only lost 3 pounds. 2 pounds, sorry, 2 pounds. And then I did it again. I'm gonna say I probably did it again. Yeah, I did it the next week. So I started off the week at 216, and then I ended up 3 weeks later at 213. So I lost 3 pounds. So on average, I probably lost a pound a week. And a pound a week is not that bad. And had I stuck with it at a pound a week, I would be well under goal weight now, or very, very close to it. I would be, I don't know, I have to do the math. I'll put the math on the screen. But yeah, I would be goal weight. If I had lost 4 pounds a month, I would be at goal weight. Disappointed in myself, very much so. So that disappointment, I'm hoping, is going to fuel my fire to carry on and carry on. And I would like to be, so it is, I'm going to write off February because the diet's not going to happen. I'm going to do the best I can, but it's going to be hard for me because of the money situation. So we're going to start in March. We're going to start being concerned about more vegetables and stuff in March. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Let's just take the timeline for March. I'm not going to not stop doing what I'm doing, but I'm going to keep... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm rambling now. So March to September. So March, April, May, June, July. So that gives me 5 months to lose. I think I'm 216, but I could be 213, but we're just going to take the number 216. I would like to lose 20 pounds in 5 months. If I can consistently lose a pound a week or 4 pounds a month, I will be under 200 pounds by September, and that is my goal. I would like to lose more, and we'll see how that goes, but I'm trying to maintain a very obtainable goal, and 20 pounds in 5 months is very obtainable because that's a pound a week. So there's nothing to stop me from losing a pound a week. I will give you a positive to end this video on because I'm sure it's like 300 hours long and nobody wants to watch a video that long. I have worked out. I worked out 3 times this week, and I really enjoyed myself. You know that I hate cardio, and although I said, did I say that last week? Maybe I said that last week so you never actually heard me. I might have said it before though. As much as I would like to not do cardio to lose weight, it really isn't an option. Cardio is what you need to do if you need fat loss, and then once the fat is gone, then you can start toning it up. So I've been dancing. I have done 3. I did 3 dance workouts last week. Because guess what? Yesterday was Sunday, so that counts as last week. Yay! So yeah, I've been using the Fitness Marshal, and it's an hour long. His play sets are an hour long, and you sweat your bag off, and it's fun, and the guy makes me laugh. He's hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Now I have to go into the nightmare of editing this lovely piece of equipment, so I will see you all next week. Even if it's 2 seconds, I will come and say hello. And yeah, I'm sure that my videos aren't that exciting because there are other videos you can watch and people lose 5, 6, 7 pounds a week. It's not going to happen on this channel, my friends. I'm very sorry. It is not going to happen. But you stick with me. I think, no offense to other people and the progress that they have, and I think it's wonderful when you lose a shit ton of weight all at the same time, but I think the reality of it is my channel. It is a reality. People lose weight very slowly, and it is the way it is, and life gets in the way, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you have to be happy with the small victories in life. And on that note, I will say goodbye until next week. Have a good week, everybody, and hopefully the weather is not as miserable as it is for me here. Bye.